Hello everyone, welcome to this new video, and in this video I am going to show you how you can create an emulator and run your application onto that emulator in Android Studio. So let's get started. So first of all, we are going to start Android Studio. So here is the application that I have created. So this is just a demo application. So here you can see the output. So this is how it looks like. So now I'm going to run this onto an emulator. So I'm going to click on this play button, and here, as you can see, this is the emulator that is available. Now this emulator is automatically created when you install the Android Studio for the first time. So this is the default emulator that you get, and this emulator has an API level of 28. That means it is running Android 9.0. So I'm going to run this on this emulator first, and then we are going to create a new emulator. So I'll keep this selected and click on OK. So here is our emulator started. So it is booting up. You can see the processes here. Okay, so this emulator is completed booting up, and here is our application. So you can see this is the output of this demo application. So this is on this default emulator. Now I'm going to close this emulator, and now I'm going to create a new emulator. So here you can see the button which says create new virtual device. So I'm going to click on it, and this is the list of devices that we can create. So the device right now which we just started was Nexus 5X, as you can see here. So I'm going to select a different device here. So now I'm going to select Pixel 2. Here you can see there are different categories other than phone. So here it is TV, then Wear OS, then Wear OS, that means the operating system for smartwatches, and then there's tablet. So I'm going to stick with phone, and I have selected Pixel 2. So here you can see the screen size and resolution and density all listed here, and then I'm going to click on next, and here are the API levels that we can have on this system. So here are the API levels that we have to. So here are the API levels that we can have on this emulator. So I'm just going to search for, okay, we have this Pi. So these other APIs we have to, so for these other APIs we have to download them first, and then we can have them installed on our emulator. So I'm not going to download any other. So I have this Pi installed already. So I'm going to select this and click on next. So here you can specify the name for this virtual device, and you can also tweak other things that is given here. So here I'm going to set the webcam for the front and back both cameras. So we can test this out when I run this emulator, and then after there are other things also, like you can specify the RAM from here, then the internal storage. So I'm just going to keep all this as it is and click on finish. So here we have our Pixel 2 with API 28, that is Android Pie. So I'm going to select this and click on OK. So here is our emulator. Okay, this one is the previous emulator, so I'm going to just power off this emulator. So this is our Pixel 2 emulator. Okay, so our emulator is ready here, and the APK file of this is installing, and it's installed. So this is our application which is installed on this Pixel 2 emulator. So this is how it looks on this emulator. So I'm just going to go back. Now let's just explore this emulator for a while. So let's go on settings. Now into system, and then about emulated device. So this is the about section of this device. So there is not much here. Here you can see the Android version is 9, and if you want you can rotate it also. And here you have all the different buttons, and here all the specifications are listed for this emulator. So this is how you can create an emulator and run your Android app onto it. Now there's another thing that I want to show you, and that is this. So if you click on this icon here, then the manager of all the virtual devices that you have created in this Android Studio are listed. So from here you can change the settings or change the API level of the emulators that you created. So by clicking on this pencil icon, you can change the device itself. So from here you can change the name, you can even change the device and the API level from here. So this is how you can tweak your virtual devices that you created. And if you want to delete a virtual device, then you can do that from here. You can duplicate and create a new virtual device with same API level and with everything same. With this duplicate option, you can wipe the data of these emulators. You can cold boot, you can show the disk. So these are all the things that you can do, and you can delete an emulator from here as well. So if we go into this play section, so as you can see here, so there is no Pixel 2 emulator here. So this is how you can create an emulator, run your application onto that emulator, and delete that emulator. So if you like this video, then click on that thumbs up button And if you want to see more of these videos, then do subscribe to this channel. And that's it for this video. See you in the next one.